I was working at a company locally, and I was looking to leave and do anything else. Eric and I kind of hit it off, and he convinced me to start taking pictures around the area, and if I really wanted to get into photography, just like buy a camera and do it. He pitched Berks County Views to me, and I was like, yeah, let's make the page right now and let's do it.
Mr. Matz.
How's it going?
Chilling, man. Thanks for coming in, bro.
Yeah, of course.
I really dig Berks County Views.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you don't follow it, everybody out there, you should follow it. It's Berks County, and it's some dope views. My wife loves it. She's pretty impressed to meet you on when the hell will be there? Friday?
Friday, yeah.
Friday, yeah. It was Friday. State Hill. Got those pictures today. Thank you very much. Look pretty good.
Thank you.
Dig it. I was telling my wife the story of how we met. She's like, "How'd you even meet this guy?" And I was like, "Career day, right?"
Yeah, Wyomissing, yeah.
Career day. That was interesting. Yeah, and then started calling you to do some photos for the clients.
Yep.
How'd you get into all that stuff, man? Like, what's the why do you dig taking the photos?
So I mean, it actually goes back before Berks County Views. My business partner, his name's Eric Weber. He grew up around here. So he was working at Penske as a sales guy, and he had friends in Westchester that he would go visit every weekend, and he just kind of fell in love with the area and just started taking pictures on his phone. He had no photography background at all, and the pictures just were getting better and better, and then he made an Instagram page, Westchester Views, and then it just kind of took off without kind of him forcing it. It just all happened organically,
right on.
Unexpectedly. And it kind of just became this platform for local Westchester stuff, businesses, events, you know. And then I was working at a company locally, and I was looking to leave and do anything else. I was looking for freedom and just kind of doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And I had a really good friend who I've known for pretty much my whole life. He was working at Penske as a sales guy, and he used to work with Eric, who at that time had left Penske to do Westchester Views full time. And so the three of us ended up going to the beach together, and Eric and I kind of hit it off, and he convinced me to start taking pictures around the area, and if I really wanted to get into photography, just like buy a camera and do it and figure it out, because I really didn't have photography background either. And then that was July 2021, and then December 2021 was the Westchester Santa Crawl, and it was also, I think it was Eric's birthday around that time too. So I went down to meet up with him and do the bar crawl with him. And right before he started, that's when he pitched Berks County Views to me. And I was like, yeah, let's make the page right now and let's do it.
So you had no photography experience 2 years ago?
No.
Wow. I guess, I feel like art's art. Like you know how to take you might have to learn the device.
Yeah.
But you know what you want to take a photo of.
I'm not a technical guy at all, so that was the learning curve.
How long did it take you to feel comfortable with the camera?
I would say probably 6 months into Berks County Views, I still felt like a fraud. And then I would post a picture, and I would just be sitting there waiting for Eric to text me and be like, "What the F was that?"
So does Eric own the whole thing, or?
Yeah, I'm like a DBA basically. Mm-hmm. So it's an LLC, and then I'm a DBA underneath it. But we run things by each other all the time.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. I always thought about like learning how to use the camera myself. You know, just to make my life easier. Because there's so many times where I'm like, you know, like, well, you know what kind of business I'm in. So there's times I'm like, man, I just wish I had a camera just for like 5 minutes. You know, and I have my iPhone and I have a camera, and it's like, oh, dude, why can't you just like learn something just for the 5 minutes you need it right now?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool, man. So 6 months. Right, so then I should maybe start messing around with the camera. Give myself 6 months.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. So, but now you're doing the freelance and stuff. So on top of Berks County Views, you're shooting for us and shooting for other local businesses. What's it like? I guess taking these photos and sharing them and seeing your work in so many places.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like I actually don't even think about it because I don't want it. Like it'll probably drive me nuts, but like as soon as I post it, I just don't look at it until the next day. So it's just like when I post for my clients, I just kind of leave it go, and then I'll look at it the next day and not think about it.
Do you like? Are you like nervous? Do you ever go like, man, I hope this gets like a bunch of likes or?
No, because I think that's what ends up driving a lot of influencers crazy is they want everything to be viral, every single post, and you can't think like that because it's just not going to happen.
Right. How what's your claim to fame so far? Like, what was your biggest post?
Well, I think what really kind of broke Berks County Views out, like really kind of made it official, I felt like, was last year's French Fry Fest. Because I shot that whole event, and then Eric from Kamali, he had hired me to shoot his after party as well, and I walked away from that day knowing I crushed it. And I took, like, that was the first day where I was like, oh, these are going to be incredible.
Nice.
And then, and I took pictures of all the vendors too. So the next day I sent all the pictures to each business, and then Eric's, of course, as well. And then everyone posted the pictures and credited me, and I was just all over the place.
And is that how you get clients?
Well, that's how the page started to grow and reach more and more people.
Right.
Yeah. And become more of a thing that local people knew about.
Was that like is that how you got Eric as a client? Or
yeah.
Did you know him beforehand?
No. I shot his Cinco de Mayo party last year, and then I shot that after party, and then maybe a month later he texted me and popped the question,
would you do my social marketing
with
me?
Yeah.
I love that dude, man. His branding is fucking superb.
Yeah, and that's why I like working with him, is he knows what he wants, and he likes my style, and we work well together. We hang out.
Yeah. He understands
outside.
the value.
He does, yeah.
A lot of people still don't, dude.
No. Yeah.
Which like drives me up the fucking wall.
I know, yeah.
Like that's why when we spoke about getting you to help us out with our websites and stuff, I don't even give people the choice. Like so I realized when I started giving my clients choices, so do you want to do this photo shoot? And they're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, when are we doing it? I don't even allow them to say no.
Yeah.
I'm just like, when do you want to do it?
Yeah.
It just takes things to just a whole other level.
Yeah, I've gotten that way too, with some other, not Eric, but other clients, where they'll even say stock photo and be like, we're not doing that.
Ugh.
No.
How do you get people to, like, how do you convince them to go that route? Say, hey, listen, we're not doing stock photography, man. Like, what is your, like, how do you get them to listen to you?
I'm gotten pretty blunt about it, where it's just like, I just tell them straight up, like, I'm not doing it. I'm not posting it. No one's going to like it. And, I remind them that it's their brand, not some random Google images.
Do you still get like pushback?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I think they think the branding is just like the logo. It's classic.
Yeah. Well, I think with me, people don't expect it. So when I do put my foot down, they're like, "Oh, he's being serious."
You need to do that though, because in a sense, it shows that you don't mess around.
Yeah.
Like you take your job seriously, which I know you do. I see your work. I know you don't screw around. Even with State Hill on Friday, like it was nice to see you work. And it's nice to see you do. I feel like you really dig doing food, and you did tell me that.
Yeah.
But like I could see the difference, like when, even though 11:11 was like quick, and like you just did some photos outside, whatever. I could see you change when I saw you at State Hill.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he's really into what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And I dig that. I think that's maybe part of the reason why, I'm happy we started working together, because I really dig what you're putting out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a year ago, it was always a goal to do food and real estate. So it's crazy that I'm doing it now.
Why was the goal like food and real estate?
Because I had no interest in weddings and prom pictures and
like the
family
classic
photos.
stuff. Right?
Yeah. And I know so many other photographers around here do it. So I was just naturally more attracted to real estate and food, and at the same time, I knew it was something that was missing around here. I knew that there was a hole that needed to be filled.
Yeah, dude. So, do you feel like you're just going to be sticking to, like local businesses, and you go to them and you say, "Hey, man, like this is what I can do for you," or do you think like, maybe one day you become like the go-to guy that people just call in general for like food and real estate?
Yeah.
That's your goal?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think with Berks County Views, I do want to be the go-to, like, advertising platform. Is probably where I want to be.
How far do you think that when it comes to industries, like, okay, food and real estate, like how far, like how many more other industries do you think you can get in there? Or do you have any interest in other industries that you'd like to touch upon?
Well, we're kind of, so one of Eric, my business partner, his client is Van Cleef Bridal out in Paoli. So I work with them. I go out with him every other month, and we kind of do modeling photography, basically. So that's kind of this new adventure that I've been figuring out.
Modeling in what sense?
Well, like, modeling models come in, they model the dresses and everything for the bridal boutique. The wedding dresses and the gowns and everything.
Oh, it's kind of like, so again, branding.
Yeah.
They're just getting the models.
Yeah, it's just with people instead of food. Yeah.
No, for sure, because I know a lot of bridal places, a lot of bridal manufacturers, they spend their money on creating those photos, and a lot of times they use like the stock, which it's weird. Like okay, yeah, it's always good to elevate your brand, but in the bridal industry, they take some really good damn photos. So I can almost see like you don't have to, but it's good that you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that rocking and rolling for you?
Good. We have another shoot with them on the 7th. It's gonna be. They have a really cool vision for this one, so it's gonna involve a drone. So that'll be fun.
Do you do drone photography or?
Yeah. I have. We invested in a drone last September. So.
Well, how's that going? How's the what's your favorite shoot so far with the drone?
So last year we did Ledge Rock hired us to shoot their club member tournament. And so we shot the tournament. Eric did photos, I did video, and then I also did drone shots, just flying over the golf course and over the clubhouse and everything. And then they did fireworks at the end of the night, and I flew the drone into the pitch black dark, shooting with fireworks shooting into the sky. And
obviously, it's okay because you got it back.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
What those shots look like, man?
They were great, actually.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever? Well, you ever afraid of like fireworks exploding on one of these things?
Yeah, yeah.
That's killer, man. So then, are you guys thinking about going into like videography or just taking photos? Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Who's gonna be doing that?
So I am more interested in it, but it was kind of I kind of pushed it a little bit, but he's definitely gotten more into it. He has videographer in his Instagram profile now, so he's thinking about it a lot.
What other locations do you think you guys are gonna be doing?
Well, we're working on the mainline views right now.
Mainline view. Is it like up and ready to be followed?
Yeah. The Instagram is up right now. So
how big do you think this thing can get?
I have no idea.
What do you like? What do you see in your mind? Like, I like to daydream, especially when I'm driving around. Like, how big can I get this thing? Like, how big do you envision it being?
I'm just thinking about Pennsylvania right now. I'm not thinking about the entire country.
Are there any like spots in Pennsylvania that you're like, man, I really want to do like,
it's difficult. We tried. It's not hard finding an area. It's hard finding someone who's gonna do it, who's as stubborn as I am, who's just gonna go do it every day.
And that's what it takes.
Yeah, it does. It's a commitment for sure.
Shit, so like you're posting. How many times a day do you post?
Just once.
Just once?
Yeah.
Is there like, and you don't have to tell me your secrets, but like, do you have it where it's Wednesday, so I need to post by X time?
No, I try to post at the same time every day.
You're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, a Saturday I might post a little earlier just to maybe get it out of the way.
So there's no like real rhyme or reason. It's more of just making sure it happens.
No, there is a rhyme or reason to it. There is kind of a method to the madness, but Saturdays I'm a little more lenient because everyone's kind of has the day off and free and they can stare at their phone all day.
That's definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
So I know we spoke about it before. You're talking about advertising.
Yeah.
When do you think, unless you're there already, when do you think you guys gonna be ready to like open up like full-fledged like advertising? And
well, so I mean I just did Fresh over there in West Reading.
Yeah.
They Nico changed up the menu, so I did food photography for that, and then I advertised it on the page.
Right.
So we're kind of already there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of doing a rollout like that is really what I'm focused on right now.
What about other networks? Are you guys just sticking to Instagram? Well, I know you have the TikTok, which is dope.
Yeah, and we're on Facebook too.
Right on. It's crazy. I don't follow. I'm starting to see a trend in myself. Where like I used to never believe the younger kids are like, Facebook's for old people.
It is.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I mean, I'm on it too.
No, for sure. But I find myself like really starting to go like, okay, if I want like I don't see you guys, like I don't go to Facebook for you guys. I go to Instagram for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the way it's laid out and I'm just used to doing this and like, whatever the case is. It's like comforting.
Yeah.
To go on Instagram and see Berks County Views on there. And I don't really think of Facebook as a comfort.
Well, yeah, I mean, we actually looked at the graphs kind of early on of like the demographic with Instagram and Facebook, and they're kind of this nice yin and yang where it's like the up is over here on Facebook and then the up is over on the other side for Instagram, and then you just put them together and you kind of have the two nice halves.
How do you do you edit your posting per network or is it the same?
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you pick one over the other?
Well, actually, I mean, for Facebook, I know for sure the pictures do crazy on Facebook. And then the reels do better on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So here and there I might just do a reel on Instagram and then do a picture of the same subject on Facebook.
Oh.
So then they both do well.
How does TikTok rocking for you guys?
TikTok actually is doing pretty well. I'm not as consistent as posting, but I have a bunch of stuff that I'm going to post this week. But TikTok's kind of moved along faster than I thought it would. But it's doing well. And I do kind of different things. I'm going to be doing different things on TikTok. I always kind of wanted to make that a little more freewheeling. Like I'll repost things from other accounts that I would have never done on Instagram.
How do you manage your time, dude? Like when it comes to this stuff.
I don't.
Because I think I've reached a point now where I'm like, I need to hire somebody.
Yes, I just hired somebody to help me.
Nice. Yeah, dude. And not just for like clients, like for us, like as a business.
Yeah.
And I've been telling my clients to do that for years, for sure. But now I'm like, you know what? I really need to, I think, find a person that I can vibe with and really get this like plan going.
Yeah, I need some. I'm looking to bring on more clients. We just had a meeting last week that if they give it the green light, she's going to be responsible for it. And then, so more clients, and then just somebody that I can call and be like, can you get content from this client? Because I have this other photo shoot. Okay, I double booked myself again.
What do you, here's a good question. What do you look for in a person, like when it comes to social media? Like, what's the criteria?
You mean a client or someone to help me?
No, to help you. Because like I have my own criteria in mind, but I wonder like if I'm even looking in the right places.
So she's 23, so she's pretty much grown up with this stuff her entire life.
Which is like my number one thing. Yeah.
Which is great. And she was already a follower. She actually called me because she found my business card at Sweet Ride.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was like, yep. If you could work this Thursday, that'd be great.
Man, I wonder if it's this. This is one girl that's been contacting us. She contacted me twice. I wonder if it's the same person. That'd be interesting. Maybe. I don't want to announce it on air. We'll talk after. No, I love that about the two guys I have working for me now. They were what is it? What's the word? They took initiative.
Yeah.
They contacted me.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I know my wife tells me, she's like, you should be looking for people. I'm like, you're absolutely right. I should definitely be looking for employees.
I don't even know where to look.
I know it's just like, but then you put the bait out there, and it's like, are you going to catch, the fish that you really want? You're going to get like a sea robin, and you got to throw it back,
Yeah. I mean, I've had people contact me before, and I just wasn't impressed with their content, so I kind of
let it go.
Yeah, I let that one go.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like if they're gonna take the time to bother, and I'm not talking about once.
Yeah.
All right, like it's consistency.
Yeah.
They're bothering you a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so if you're gonna make that kind of an effort, then I should bring you in. We should have a conversation. What do you know? What don't you know? What can I teach you? That impresses me.
Yeah.
Because you can't teach that stuff, man.
No.
You just like, and I'm not putting down what you do. Like, okay, you're like, fuck it, I'll take photos. You grab the camera, you taught yourself 6 months, you're good. Like you're probably getting better every day.
Yeah.
But you can't teach work ethic. You can't teach the passion for wanting to do something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that is like, okay, you have that. All right, let's bring you on board. We'll figure the other shit out.
Yeah. And I mean, the page has an aesthetic to it. So, you want things to look nice and look a certain way. And then, cut and edited really well.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like we struggle in that. We struggle in that piece of, because I look at my grid, and I'm just like, ugh. Because I feel like we're always trying something.
Yeah.
And I want to end that too. I want to stop that.
I experiment time to time, just to see I'll do like a weird edit on a photo that I wouldn't normally do, but yeah.
But I feel like I just feel like I need to find that sweet spot. And I know I haven't found that sweet spot yet. And social media is hard.
It is.
It's super hard. People don't think it. People think it's easy. No, sir.
No.
Maybe 7-8 years ago, it was more like, okay, just make sure you post some shit. And than everybody else.
Yeah.
No, man. And there's so many different networks. I had a cool conversation with Luke, one of the staff here. He was like, do you know that like the moods should be different on every network? And I was like, how so? He's like, like on Facebook, we should be doing more like what we do here in lifestyle-y, like, like everyday things that we do behind the scenes, let's say.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Like even just on the story.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that. And then he's like, with TikTok, we should be teaching people, obviously, in like video. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, on Instagram, it should be like maybe more of our work and our portfolio. And I'm like, yeah, that all sounds great, fine, and dandy. How much time is this going to take? And who the fuck are we going to get to do it?
Yeah.
It gets that intense with social media.
Mm-hmm. It's very time consuming.
Oh, my goodness. And my wife is always like, just do it when you're on a shitter. I'm like, okay, you're not wrong, but then the content comes into play. And then I think about that, and it's funny, like you're sitting in front of me. I keep reminding myself, I'm like, I got to get Anthony in here to take shots of us.
Yeah.
Like of us doing our thing, like almost like a monthly shoot. Like, all right, Anthony, come in.
Some behind the scenes stuff.
Tell us, I don't know, put us somewhere. What do you think's going to work? Yell at me. Yeah,
when I started helping with Van Cleef Bridal, like that's what I did. I would do shots of the models, and then I would also kind of take a step back and get a shot of Eric taking a shot of the models, and just kind of do some nice behind the scenes shots that I would post leading up to the actual post. Like, hey, this is what we did today. Which is perfect, which is what you should be doing, which is what I always have good intentions on doing. Like Friday, I took a picture of you. Took a picture of... Still not post. Freddie.
That's the problem. It's like people think
they're
it's
not
like
going to think we did anything.
Right. You know what I mean? It's like, and there, State Hill was like, hey, I need those photos. And I'm like, I'm getting them today, which I got them already. But, I got to get them over to, I want to look at them again. Yeah, dude, I mean, like it's a great, it's a great tool for all of us.
Yeah.
For all small businesses. But man, you have to have like a plan in place. You really have to hire somebody to do this for you. Like that's, if you want to hire someone outside the organization, good move.
Yeah.
Hire somebody to be at your organization every day. That's a good move too. But it's definitely something that should not be like, oh, I'll just take care of it next week.
Yeah.
Those days are over, dude. Mm-hmm. And shame on me for still trying to deal with this crap. I still got to figure this out, on top of everything else I got to freaking do, but it's super important. And I know you guys provide those services too, not just like photos. Like you do social media for people.
Yep.
How many clients do you have in that realm?
5.
You plan on doing more? Do you want more?
Yeah.
Like a ton more?
Not a ton more, because I do want to still have time for photo shoots, and I really like shooting events. So
and that's the thing. You have 5 social media accounts. You still got to do Berks County Views.
Yeah.
When do you sleep?
I actually didn't sleep last night, so.
Holy shit. So you're here. You were doing my photos.
Yeah, I was
doing You're doing State Hill.
That's why they came to you at 6 this morning.
I didn't notice it. I was like, oh shit, he's up early.
Yeah, I sent them to you, and I took like a 3-hour nap.
Nice. Just for the podcast.
Yep. So I wouldn't look that horrible for this podcast.
No, you look great, dude. What's your like future goals now? I mean, like I know you spoke about Berks County Views. You want to build it up. You're getting more socials, but like, what does Anthony Matz want to do? Like, what do you see? Like, what do you want to achieve for yourself?
Wow.
Nothing's cool too. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm so worried about this all the time that I don't know.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I mean, I try to tell even my kids that sometimes when they're like, I want to do this, I'm like, that's cool, but don't fucking stress yourself out over it. Because sometimes they stress themselves out like beyond belief, and I'm like, I was like, your dad didn't even like start doing this shit for real till like 30, 31. Like I tell him, I'm like, I didn't even like really even.
Yeah, I was 30 when I started this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like
I was 30 when I quit my day job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you don't have to have the answers right away.
No.
I'd like to give myself goals to look forward to now. Absolutely. But who knows, man? I mean, I'm looking forward to the next chapter now. And like and I love where I'm at now. Like, I'm not sitting here going, fuck this place. Like, it's like, no, man, like I really dig what I built here and the guys we have working for us now. But it's always nice to look forward to something else, because change is cool.
Yeah, I mean, whatever happens, I guess.
No doubt, man. But listen, hey, thanks for coming in today, bro.
Of course, yeah.
This was a good time. I'm glad I got to sit down and like learn a little bit more about you. We've already done a few projects, so it's like, I was like, why don't I get Anthony on here? Plus, he's got that really cool account. So, thanks for taking the time, dude.
Of course, yeah.
We want to talk to you real soon.
All right.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of Fred Talk. If you totally got into what you just saw, make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss another episode. Check out the playlist because there's other cool people too. And if you can't watch all the time, check it out on any podcast outlet. Don't forget, your Uncle Freddie loves you. Peace.